Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into the world of cinema and taking a look at the top 10 Spike Lee movies. Spike Lee is a legendary director who has made a significant impact on the film industry with his unique storytelling and powerful messages. So grab some popcorn and get ready to discover some of his best works. Starting off our list at number 10 is Summer of Sam. The best Spike Lee movies tend to have a strong focal point, often one of social commentary, for the director to hone in. On the surface, Summer of Sam would seem to be just that, a grimy New York tale about the summer of 1997, when a serial killer left the city in fear. But this earlier Lee work is one of the exceptions to that previous rule. As EW's initial review put it, this is Lee is at his most bombastic. He attempts to link the disco glitz of Studio 54, the punk scene of CBGB, the ethnic insularity of Italian Americans, the bloody shooting spree of a madman who taunted the police, the effect of sizzling heat on city asphalt, and sexual problems, into one rattling chain of urban hysteria. But for viewers who revel in narrative chaos and classic Lee's style, perhaps the juggling act isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Is that Richie?
What's happening, guys?
You come back to the neighborhood looking like a freak? You supposed to be okay with that?
Coming in at number 9 is He Got Game. He Got Game is not only epic in scope in its portrayal of young superstardom and how college athletes struggle to navigate the field of sports corruption, but also biblical in its depiction of fathers and how they raise their sons. Lee uses his immaculate eye for compositions to shoot the first-time actor and athlete Ray Allen as the young basketball prodigy Jesus Shuttlesworth. When Jesus' criminal father Jake, played by Denzel Washington, tries to manipulate his decisions to better his own life, the two face off on the only thing they both love, the court. Also among the director's few accessible to all films, He Got Game overdoes it with ideas and characters, but it goes without saying that the same themes showcase his prowess in filmmaking.
Pray that you understand why I pushed you so hard. It's only to get you to that next level.
Next up at number 8 is Defy Blood. It features an all-black Vietnam squad that are still friends into their old age as they re-team to find the gold hidden by their fearless leader, a stunning supporting turn from Chadwick Boseman as their fallen hero before his untimely death, in an attempt to reclaim their past. But the jungle holds many secrets, as does the team. Defy Bloods is Lee in all of his anger-inducing, maximalist glory. He introduces elements of buddy comedy, war drama, and character relationships with his usual command and layers. The film is a testament to the fact that even some 30 years into his career, Spike Lee's filmmaking voice is just as brazen when he stepped foot into the cultural conversation. Defy Bloods depicts past traumas coming full swing into the present, finding the connective tissue between the Vietnam War and the Civil Rights Movement, two wars that Lee wants to show still rage today.
Black GI, is it fair to serve more than the white Americans that sent you here? Nothing is more confused.
At number 7 we have Bamboozled. In Bamboozled, Damon Wayans stars as Pierre Delacroix, a frustrated African-American TV executive who endures a lot of torment from his boss at work. In an attempt to get fired, he invents a new reality show called Mantan, the new Millennium Minstrel Show, which features black actors in blackface. To his shock, the show becomes a huge hit because of its stereotypes, racist puns, and offensive animation. Spike Lee's films are always in conversation with the history of cinema. Even in Bamboozled, which is an audacious satire, Lee uses his voice to attack the history of minstrel shows, performative blackface, and racism towards black art. While at times darkly funny, Lee's message about white corporations profiting off of black bodies is poignant, especially when they lose ownership.
Variety show, like in Living Color.
Right. That was dope.
Mantan, the new Millennium Minstrel Show.
Taking the number 6 spot is 25th Hour. While not the whole story, 25th Hour looks at the last day of freedom for a drug dealer named Monty, played with tenacity by an excellent Edward Norton, and the themes of the film run hand in hand with the terrorist attacks on the Twin Towers in post-9/11 America. A community of people including Monty's friend, his father, and his lover, attempt to understand where Norton's character went wrong and what collective trauma looks and feels like. Lee's attentive filmmaking lets mere moments feel like a lifetime as his film questions, "What would you do with your last day of freedom?" Spike Lee's voice is tethered to New York City. Allowing an insider glimpse into the brutal and stirring time, 25th Hour balances its elements of drama and philosophy on a tightrope.
What is all this?
We've got a warrant to search your apartment.
Halfway through our list at number 5 is She's Gotta Have It. Spike Lee's feature directorial debut, She's Gotta Have It, stars Tracy Camilla Johns as Nola Darling, a graphic artist and sexually adventurous woman living in New York, and it's one of the best comedies in his mostly serious filmography. It's refreshing whenever an artist attempts to showcase romance and its complex nature from the perspective of a woman. In the case of She's Gotta Have It, it's even more unique because black women and their sexuality are virtually never explored in mainstream Hollywood productions. Johns successfully portrays the frustrations associated with sexual freedom and expression as it relates to black women, both in her acting and her narration.
In my experiences, I found two types of men, the decent ones and the dogs.
Coming in at number 4 is Inside Man. With Inside Man, Lee calls upon his go-to muse, Denzel Washington, and a stacked supporting task to take us through what could have easily been another heist programmer. The plot of Inside Man sees Washington play an NYPD hostage negotiator who was forced to team up with Jodie Foster's Madeline White, who has close ties to the bank when a group of robbers reveal a bigger plan and hold hostages inside the Manhattan bank. While Spike Lee joints are a genre of their own, he's able to step into familiar territory with ease and knowledge of the genre's cinematic history. Not only does he entertain the audience with this suspenseful film, but Lee also transforms a twist and hostage negotiation into a deliciously stylish exercise in plot mechanics and aesthetics, creating one hell of a blockbuster. Critics have praised it as a thinking person's thriller that is also hugely accessible to the mainstream audience because of its energetic and flawless direction.
Look, Detective, there are matters at stake here that are a little bit above your pay grade.
Why don't you just tell the mayor to raise my pay grade to the right level and problem solved?
Breaking into the top 3 is BlacKkKlansman. Touted as a return to form for Spike Lee, BlacKkKlansman, which is loosely based on Ron Stallworth's 2014 memoir, brilliantly depicts the racial tensions prevalent in the United States in the 1970s and today. It tells the powerful true story of Stallworth, the first black officer in the Colorado Springs Police Department, who goes undercover to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan. He gets help from his Jewish co-worker, played wonderfully well by Adam Driver. He distinct storyteller enlisted the help of John David Washington, son of Muse Denzel, for the gripping true crime drama, with the up-and-coming actor delivering a career-making performance as the undercover cop who bravely fought to expose the extremist hate group. After nearly 30 years in the industry, Lee finally gets recognized by the Academy Awards and takes one home for Best Adapted Screenplay.
And anyone else, really, that doesn't have pure white Aryan blood running through their veins.
I'm happy to be talking to a true white American.
God bless white America.
At number 2, we have Malcolm X. Done in the vein of the old American epics that recall the works of David Lean, Spike Lee called upon his man, Denzel Washington, to give voice to a revolution with the masterful Malcolm X, essentially having to play 3 different characters. Washington's performance paints a vivid portrait of a criminal, reformed to radical ways of thinking in prison about white violence and white supremacy. The movie documents his journey as well as his emergence as one of the most influential figures of the civil rights movement, depicting the height of social change as a trademark in Spike Lee's films. Screened at over 3 hours, the film spares no detail in honoring its subject's legacy thanks to Washington's career-best performance. Of course, Lee would eventually have to turn to rich friends he made in the industry to properly fund the project so he could tell Malcolm's full story. But his ambitions for the film are what make it so immaculate in design.
The Muslim must be strikingly upright.
I will not touch the white man's drugs, his liquor, his women.
So that those in the darkness can see the power of the light.
I will not lie, cheat, or steal.
And finally, Taking the #1 spot on our list is Do the Right Thing, a seminal cinematic text on the intricacies and complexities of racial dynamics in America. Do the Right Thing served as a warning and firestorm of what could happen when people are confronted with their racial biases. Taking place on the hottest day of the summer in Brooklyn, the movie focuses on boiling tensions between the members of a community, with stereotypes and prejudice reaching a breaking point. With Do the Right Thing, Lee delivers a snapshot of an America still grappling with diversity and division, featuring a colorful ensemble of characters as well as issues that are impossible to ignore. The movie plays out at a bold and kinetic pace. The movie earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Screenplay, but he lost the honor to Tom Schulman, Dead Poets Society.
Take a chill. You like to sign a petition to boycott Sal's famous pizzeria?
Hear me, what you ought to do is boycott that no-good barber that messed up your head.
And that's the double truth.
And there you have it, our top 10 Spike Lee movies. Let us know in the comments which of these films is your favorite, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.